Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. Now that brings us to the ninth of the major 10 Upanishads that we are discussing here. And it's one of the big Upanishads, of course, smaller in size than the Brhadaranyakopanishad, but this Upanishad belongs to Samaveda, and it has 8 chapters. And in the first chapter, there are 13 sections. In the second chapter, there are 24 sections. In the third chapter, there are 19 sections. In the fourth chapter, there were 17 sections. In the fifth chapter, there are 24 sections. In the sixth chapter, 16 sections. Seventh chapter, 26 sections. And eighth chapter, 14 sections. Now, the this Upanishad is also famous because it has the Mahavakya Tattvamasi. And the last 3 chapters have to deal with Vedanta in a very big way. Most of the tenets that we hear in Vedanta, we can find in Chandogyopanishad. Now, first let's talk about the Upasanas. In fact, Swami Gambhirananji Maharaj, in his introduction to this particular Upanishad, has given a long introduction on the types of Upasana and the meaning of Upasana. See, in English, we simply translate it as meditation, but there's a vast difference between Upasana and a dhyana in Vedanta. Upasana refers to a mental act, so it's also karma, manasika karma. Of course, it helps you to get the concentration by doing upasana on your Ishtadeva or any, here many upasanas are told. Onkara upasanas, almost all Upanishads talk about. Here also we will see that. And a lot of things are presented in story form in this Upanishad, as in many others too. So we will get some taste of the upasanas. The beginning portion, it starts in fact with Onkara Upasana. You see, one thing we must remember, Upasana and Karma combined, as told in Ishavasya Upanishad. Karma is called Avidya and Upasana is called Vidya. But Brahma Jnana is different from Vidya, which is Upasana. So, when Upasana and Karma are combined, there is one way in which also people can get mukti, that is given in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, called the Krama Mukti. That means through this concentration that they get through the various Vedic rites, rituals that they perform, that is Kaika Vachika Karma, and combined with it, they do Upasana. There is, for example, Onkara Upasana, that means concentrating on the meaning and other things about Om as a symbol. Then there is Shandilya Vidya, which I have talked about earlier, that is the Srishti Kriya, the creation, to show that everything has come from Brahman, so nothing is different here from Brahman, and then meditating on that. Then there is Upasana called Dhaharupasana, Dharakasha Upasana. It is this heart, that is where now we all hear of this lotus heart. Now that Upasana, there's a small portion, the heart, one is to see it once, Ishtadevata, symbol, and then meditate. And then such a person, they say, the prana goes out of the Brahmarandra, and then they go to the Brahma Loka, and they have to live with Brahmaji for the whole lifetime of Brahmaji, 100 years, which comes to some trillion years in human years, and that much time they have to be there. They will be in comfort and all that, right? They have to wait to get jnana from Brahmaji himself. Brahmaji means Apara Brahma or Hiranyagarbha. So they go to Brahma Loka. Anyway, that is the portion about Upasana. I will not be discussing too much about it. But this Upanishad starts with this Omkarapasana, because Omkarapasana is also called Udgita. You remember, this is part of Samaveda. So this